Think we're good. I think we're live. What's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege. What's another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space? Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I know, I know it's crazy right now to do a stream right in the middle of football Sunday, but I had to get it done today. Number one, because we're celebrating 2,000 subs. So I definitely wanted to get that in. Alex Yeet, what is good, my friend? What is going on? Good to see you in the stream. But I wanted to, in fact, let me do this, Alex, man. We need to make sure. I don't know why I did not do that. Get you that blue wrench, my bro, for sure. But I wanted to hop on here just real quick. Number one, to celebrate 2,000 subs. So thank you. Thank you so much for all of you that took the time to subscribe to the channel. That means a lot to me that you appreciate the content. So really, really excited about getting to 2,000 subs. Really looking forward to moving on to that. So we're on a race or big time race of 5,000 subs. That is the goal without question. Working really, really hard to grow the channel and bring some. So Taylor Eckhart, what is going on, my friend? How are you? Happy Sunday to you as well, my friend. Hey, Mr. Leroy, happy Sunday, bro. How are you? How are you? Oh yeah, of course, Alex, of course. Appreciate you being here. Indeed, indeed, indeed. 416 crypto, what's going on? Yeah, so happy Sunday, guys. Look, taking a chance big time. Please smash the likes and the subs on the way in. Celebrating 2,000 subs is one reason why I had to get on here today. I know I'm in big time competition right now with NFL Football Sunday, but I had to get this in. It's going to be a quick stream nonetheless, because I'm already in trouble. I'm already in trouble with the better half, right? Because it takes so much time to kind of put information together. Because you got, it takes time, right? You got to go through different stuff and kind of pick out some of the good from the bad, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot. So I got to get this done before our football game comes on, which is the Cowboys and the Patriots. Yeah, so I live with a Patriots fan. Yeah, and I am without question a New York Football Giants fan. So that's interesting say the least. Leo underscore Brazil underscore crypto. What is going on, my friend? Hi, Crypto Seed from Brazil. Oh man, it's great to see you in the stream, brother. What part of Brazil are you from? I do. Yeah, please smash the likes and subscribe on the way in. We got 20 people on the stream so far. Got 6 likes, so you guys can just take a shout out just real quick and go out there and definitely appreciate it. It helps the channel algorithm on YouTube. Carl Eric B. Mills, how are you, my friend? I see you all the time on Bragtime stream, bro. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. Good afternoon. Happy to all my fellow cryptonaires. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here really, really quick and number one, celebrate the 2,000 subs. Again, thank you guys for doing that. But the other thing as well that I wanted to talk about when I was on Bragtime stream this morning, um, there was a comment on there that I thought was really, 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 really interesting, and I titled the stream after that comment, which is imagine owning oil fields before oil was discovered. And that really, really resonated with me. I went back to the stream, ragtime stream, which got me into even more trouble. Trying to find uh, trying to find the person who made that comment. As I know that right on the stream, Bragtime stream, they were talking about oil. They were talking about price discovery. A couple free comments, couple three comments about oil. Oil didn't have a price discovery until there was another great comment. Uh, but I really, really resonated with owning the oil before the oil. Because when you own the field, you own the field, right? And that speaks a lot to Ripple. And that asset on that field is XRP. And I think, um, that makes a lot of sense to me. Really, really speaks to where we are as a community. Like owning the oil before the oil is just like with owning the oil field, you're in control of that asset. Asset to think about how early we are and think about that that is us. We own the oil field is ginormous. It's ginormous in a lot of ways. So when you talk about the greatest digital asset ever created, I could go on and on and on and on about different banks, different partnerships, and the different things that are in production. We could talk about that, all day and all night long about what's going on there. But in the end, I thought was really, really important was who is going to be the country that's going to move forward with the digital asset space. Like, for a lot of while, I was thinking it was going to be Canada. For a good time, I was thinking it was going to be Japan. But someone who might sneak up there and just kind of do their thing is England. When you put together the whole Brexit situation and what's going on there, and then wasn't there just a recent announcement of the UK in regulations? I don't think that's the titles. Something comes up, but it was right. And so I just think when you think about Mark Carney, when you think about Mark Carney, right, and the fact that he has been successfully working with Ripple on the Ripple net and testing that, and he's very, very familiar with how it works. And you think about his statement that he made. Let me share this statement with you guys because I just think it was bold in a lot of ways, and I don't think that it was. I think it was very, very, very calculated, that statement that he made. See if I can't find that statement and share that with you guys.
Thanks, Steve. Back to you guys.
We're at
There. And the bottom line, all now. I mean, you've asked, but now the and the Fed. There. That's the way I was. It's almost like a exiting the, almost like a mic drop and virtual. It's a 20. It's very heavy. Give us the. Just read. No, I. And then so the so what's give us the dollar? Okay, the dollar is challenge. The payments, financial payments, payments between countries, and what happens situation with the U.S. and the Fed. Now they're doing the right. They have adjusted in policies. That means is strong is tighter than, and that feeds back that ultimate. And it leads. It's a so the are re now. I mean, you've asked. Give me a second. You don't just the of this economy, multiple. You need them all. The question is, and I laid it.
And the bottom line, all of the pressure on the different would not fall.
Yeah.
It would be spread out with a basket.
It would be better to. It gives policy, but it gives people.
Thinking about. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, so that was an interesting comment, right? I know that was covered a couple of times, but just when you think about the fact that he had the courage to say that, and he was the one chosen to say it, right? So they, the powers that be kind of got together and said, okay. And you think about the fact that he is now at the IMF with that point of view, either on the forefront or on the back of his brain about replacing the U.S. dollars, the reserve currency, with this. He called it a bridge, a polar currency, right? So in other words, it's able to interact with all the different currencies, act as a bridge asset to other currencies. And then we're talking about Mark Carney, right? We're talking about the guy. Audio is lagging. Okay. So it's lagging a little bit. No audio cut off. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that means I got to go back and change that setting. So every time I'm playing a video recording, it's either skipping or not skipping. Someone told me how to change that too. I'll make sure I change it before I show another video. But guys, I appreciate the input on that. Hey, like I said, Crypto Siege this morning on Broadcom Stream, it was Matthew Liney that stated that oil had no value until there was a market for it. Same will happen with XRP. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate that. Yes, that was an absolutely great comment. Devon Steve says the sound is ebbing and going in and out. Okay, audio and video is going. Okay, so I'm gonna change it to a different setting. Robert told me to suggested to do something with the settings, so I'm gonna change that again. Sucks. Let me see. I can't do that. But guys, in either case, he was talking about the fact that he wanted to change the U.S. dollar. He wanted to change from the U.S. dollar being global reserve. What would you? I'm gonna change. I changed it after Robert suggested this because he said it was jumpy then. Hardware and sound. Give me 1 second. Change system sound. Communications tab. Huh. Reduce the volume by other sound. Reduce. Talk. If that works. Or else I'm gonna just go back to the default setting, guys. In either case. So that's an interesting thing. So just think about this. Hey, Joseph C, what's going on, my friend? Just think about this. I mean, this guy with that train of thought, that thinking, and that having been and being on his brain, if you will, is now at the IMF. So it seems to me, and here's another interesting thing about that interview that he did there. No one pushed back. No one from the U.S., United States government, Chairman Powell, who else? Steve Mnuchin, President Donald Trump, the Donald himself, no pushback at all on that statement. Don't you think that is extremely telling? Don't you think that's extremely telling that there was zero pushback on that? Hey, Camille, how are you? There was zero pushback on that statement. So now you think about that. He has this. This is right. This is his thing, and now he's at the IMF. So he's familiar with this digital asset XRP. He knows how it works as a bridge currency. Because when he was head of the Bank of England's central bank, he was working with that. So he's familiar with it. So he knows how it operates. He is familiar, probably more so than anyone else in the central bank world, is familiar with how XRP works and how it can work as this bridge asset. And don't forget the fact that during that interview, bridge, what is it? A basket of currencies was also mentioned. Was also mentioned there. If you guys have been following Digital Nomad Investor, you know he talked about XRP being in that basket. He called it ESDRs being in the basket or acting as the ESDR, right? And XRP in some way, shape, form, or fashion would be in that basket of currencies. And so it just all kind of leads to me that we are, in fact, we are in a position where we can say we own the oil fields before XRP, before the oil is discovered. Very, very, you think about that because the masses don't know. The masses do not know about this asset, the greatest digital asset ever created. Yeah, he said while what did he say? Yes, he said it while he was over in the States at some conference. Right, that's right, Devon Steve. And no one said a word, which is crazy to me. Nova, what's going on, my friend? How are you? XRP, thanks for hanging out, man. XRP is the standard, says Charlie G. Yeah, so I mean, just think about that. No one said a thing. And now he's at the IMF. And the IMF is, they're used to dealing with the nations of the world. And if they have this answer, and remember that Madame Lagarde set the stage. She set the stage. I mean, she a big time proponent of XRP and Ripple. What's up? What's up, Ray 218 AB? How you doing? Montana Free 813 says bullish. So am I, my friend. In fact, as soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm going to go ahead and make 22 cents. Right? I probably should have done it. Probably should have done it even before I did the stream. Guys, please smash the likes and subscribe on the way in. Celebrating 2,000 subs again, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for by the fact that you subscribe to the channel. It says that you appreciate the content. At 46 people on the stream and 25 likes. Please smash the like buttons on the way in or on the way out. It definitely helps the algorithm with YouTube, so I definitely appreciate that. But just think about where we are with this digital asset. Just think about that because for me, again, who's going to be the country? Who's going to be the country that's going to kind of move forward? Is it going to be England? At first, I thought it was going to be Canada. Then I thought it was going to be Japan with SBI. But what if it's England? With the whole Brexit thing kind of going on, they're going to be able to kind of do their own things. I know it's been extended, but they respect this dude. And there's not going to be a pushback now that he's at the IMF or anything that he would want to do moving forward. I mean, you can see how well he articulated the benefits for the central banks, and he mentioned that. He mentioned how it would be beneficial to the central banks. So that's huge. Out of the way, Jay says, congrats on the subs, man. You deserve it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Ray 218AB says, I miss your videos while you're driving, Siege. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one every now and then. Hopefully once a week I'll be able to do that. Devon Steve says, in my opinion, I reckon now he's in the IMF. Christian Lagarde is over at the ECB, and that's so important. Think about how brilliant those moves were. We will either hear them backing each other up, first one saying something like, then the other saying similar. That's what I reckon exactly. They are going to back each other up. It's a great point, Devon Steve. They will, in fact, back each other up. And so I think it's going to be England. Crypto Man, what's good? What's good? How are you, bro? How are you? Yeah, man, missing the driving videos. I know. I know. And I found another drive now. So you guys know the story back in the day. I did, I kind of started this channel doing a little bit at home. And then, I don't know, about a year ago, I started doing videos on a drive that I was doing, that I was making. I was doing some consultant work, contract sign consultant work for a company that my previous lawyer, which is in Department of Transportation, FAA, asked me if I would be willing to kind of do and help some new pieces of equipment. I did do that, so I had to drive. It was a great drive, definitely a great drive, and I was doing all my videos from there, all of them. And it's so scenic and it's very pretty, and farms and horses and all that stuff like that. But I think I found one not similar in terms of the farms and horses, but a nice scenic drive that I do to kind of get in town, to kind of get in the bigger city because we're in a really, 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 really small town. So I may be doing some videos from there. Hopefully, if I'm doing video, I don't have to worry about reception. So it should be good. It should be good, guys. So I should be doing, hopefully be able to do one that drive or whatever, because it's in fact it saves me uh, what having to deal with traffic when I'm trying to get to that destination. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I think it's going to be huge. I think Mark Carney. I think a lot of people like him. He's kind of like the Brad Garlinghouse, right? Kind of like the Brad Garlinghouse, if you will, right? For paying down the IMF. People like him, right? He can make intelligent arguments. He can articulate well his points, so he can get his points across, right? And he doesn't come across as antagonistic or any of those type of things. And so, Jackie 33, how are you, Miss? Glad to see you. Glad to see you here. Yeah, taking a big chance doing it on Football Sunday, Jackie 33. But I wanted to get this in. I really, really got inspired by the comments on Brad Con's stream this morning. One from Matthew Linehigh and another one. And unfortunately, I tried to go to that stream and find who it was. But Jackie, he made this comment. This was the title of the stream, and it said, "Imagine owning oil fields before oil was discovered." I thought, man, that really, really resonated with me. I should do a stream about that, and so I decided to do that. Out the way, Jay says those drives were peaceful. Yep, I like both formats. The driving is nostalgic for some of us. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, my friend. I hear you, my friend. Jackie 33, no football hero. I'm a Celtics fan. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Celtics fan. New England, huh? I hear that. So, guys, yeah. So that's the deal. Though. So I think that it could be that. I think it could be England. I think it with a measure of influence from the IMF, and they just came out with regulations, right? So the UK's just come out with regulations, right? And so it could be them moving forward, right? And so instead of the US following, they kind of forward because they have great allies and they have great friendships, and so they could move forward with this, really, really quick. Real. And where's the other video I wanted to play you guys because this is another really great point that you guys need to hear. See if this little change that I made, this little, we'll see if this will help clear some things up. So hopefully this change worked. Love for crypto. Shout out to Love for Crypto. My God, awesome.
On that.
I'm just going to pause. Again, people, watch this space to.
We think core emphasis payments, the way we the data that and the
Please let me know if the lag is any better, guys. I would appreciate that.
abilities that can materially the access to finance, not by us, but creating a
Even
the framework, new S&P very active. I'm fully contemplate doing because sure we have, but we do expect take on some of the innovations and apply them with be consistent with. And so as a small watch this of 29 or substantial.
Think about that. Think about that comment, guys. Think about that comment for sure. It says, we are good, Siege. Okay, so that video that just played with Mark Honey, no lagging, guys. No lagging on that video. Just trying to help with the settings. Let's go, John. So no lagging, guys, on the playback of that video. Legendary, what is good, my friend? How are you? Jackie 33, that's such an excellent point. And please, guys, please give me some comments about the lag. Legendary said that it was okay. It was going in and out of my end. So that's what I was getting before, Jackie. It's kind of going in and out. It was lagging here as well. So still got the lag. So I got to check and see if it's my OBS settings or if it is my computer settings. Didn't understand a word Carney said, says XRP Hodler. Oof, that really is so frustrating. I'm going to try one more thing. But just think about, this is one of the comments that he made. You guys think about this while I am changing the settings again. This is what he said. As a small commercial, watch this space in 2019. He said, you know, as a small commercial, just by the commercials talking about what they're going to be doing. As a small commercial, watch this space in 2019 for something substantial. Hey, you know, just kind of like as a small commercial, guys. Watch this space in 2019 for something substantial. Think about that. All right, let me see if I can't do this again. I'm gonna try this one more time. One more time, and I'm gonna play that again. I only got two options. So what did I have it on? I had it on mute all other sounds. Still was spotty. Reduce the volume of other sounds by try that one. And I'm gonna try it one more time, guys. Because if I spend any more time on this computer, in some big trouble. Audio keeps popping. It's just odd to me. Popping it. All right, I'm gonna play it one more time, guys, and see if this works.
Is our core emphasis, our payment system, the way we, the data that, and the abilities that can materially the access to finance, not by but creating a
even
the framework new S&P be very accurate. Now I'm fully laying out contemplate doing because sure we have, but we do expect take on some of the we have seen in some market and apply them with patients to be consistent with. And so as a small, say, watch this of 2019 or substantial.
Yeah, let me know how that was. It's still breaking up. Same, negative. Can you share the link? Absolutely. I will definitely share that link for sure. Let's see if I. Yeah, it's very, very good. And Jackie, I got this from the easiest way to find it, I always believe, YouTube is the title, but it says Ripple Slant XRP. See it there, massive Bank of England LT FinTech 29 update, future of money, but it was from Love for Crypto. Let me copy it and see if I can't put this in for you guys. And it starts at minute 20. The whole thing was good, and it was basically kind of a what is it? Love for Crypto's kind of take on the whole that whole conference, and so he's kind of doing his own commentary about the conference. It's Kurt for Love for Crypto, so hopefully that'll help. Definitely help. But I really, really, really do think that he is going to be the one to move things forward. Seems to be very, very open. He used to be at Goldman Sachs. I think he was at the Royal Bank of Canada as well. This is nuts. What's going on, my friend? How are you? Hopefully that works for Jackie 33. But he's just a really, really smart guy, and he has some experience behind him. And again, I think all these things about being likable, and being able to speak well. I think all of those things, and again, he can intelligently articulate his points, get his points across. Yep, Jay Polanco. Yep, the Bank of England Forum, correct. So that's the thing there for that comment. And I know it's been played before, but it really does. The timing for it now, I think, is huge, especially when you throw in this fact that is this what it is? The United Kingdom's approach to cryptocurrency regulation has been measured. This is not the one I want. Yeah, it is. The UK's approach to cryptocurrency regulations has been measured. Although the UK has no specific cryptocurrency laws, use that word. Digital assets are not considered legal tender in exchange. Exchanges have registration requirements. HMRC has issued a brief on the tax treatment of crypto, stating that unique identity means that they can't be compared to conventional investments or payments. The tax liability. I thought this said something about properties. So maybe this isn't the latest one. Search some more. But I thought they said something about it being personal property. Did that not come out where they were saying they had said it was personal property or was some property of some form? I should have pulled that up before I did the stream, guys. But I just think when you think about those things, think about Mark Carney going forward. He's going to be the one. Being in the IMF, he is going to be the one. So I can't play because that sound is not working right. So I got something from the Bearable Bull that I thought was really, really, really interesting. And I think personally, this Yo-Yo guy, have you guys heard about Yo-Yo on Twitter? Have you heard about this guy? I think it is outstanding. And it makes a lot of sense. And basically, Yo-Yo came out with something, I don't know how long ago it was. The Bearable Bull snatched it up. And it was like a little rhyme or something. A little poem probably is a better way to put it.
Is from you.
I'm gonna read the poem to you guys.
Yo, I don't really do this. All I know said goes in line.
So here's what it is right here. So, and he has been a guy that a lot of people are kind of touting as a guy that has some really big time inside information. Like he seems like he's really, really close to the powers that be, whether it be from the people from Ripple or the people from IMF. There's one thing you do not see that makes you question reality. Behind closed doors at London R3, a new world awaits XRP. Before it begins, we want you out. Remember that without a doubt. When we smell huge opportunity, we then control the charts. See, never before has it been this way, where mortals can stake their play. We are confident now, it's game on. So are you weak or are you strong? Listen to her when she speaks. She is the best source of leaks. But never forget that with all her clout, she too wants you out, right? That says tons, does it not? It says tons. 416 Crypto says, I saw that. Yep. Treated as property, they says XRP number one. Yeah, I thought that's what they came out with. I can't find it. I didn't look for it until I got on the stream here. Unfortunately, XRP. I should have found that earlier, but it just kind of lends to the fact that they're moving forward with their regulations. They really are. Don't know when that was written. Been delegated as property now, says Devon Steve, and smart contracts will be backed up by law. Exactly. So that's huge in a lot of ways that they're moving forward with things, right? XRP number one says from the government website. Okay. I have to find it next time, so I'll have it. Oh, here it is right here. Crypto assets are a property. Yep, that's right. There's the link right there. So snatch that up and stream it. But think about that. They're just kind of moving forward. They're not messing around. AC's what I missed so far. 179 Kevin, how are you, my friend? Nothing much, man. Just, I wanted to do a quick stream here and just say thank you to you guys for subscribing to the channel. We got to 2,000 subs, and so I wanted to say thank you. It means a lot to me that you guys appreciate the content. But I was on Brad Kime's stream earlier this morning, 179 Kevin, and it was some really really good comments about. He was talking about price discovery, and he was kind of going over the madness that is Galvatron sometimes, and he talked about price discovery. Someone brought up oil. It was Matthew Linai, but a couple of people had said something about there wasn't a market for oil. Um, um, there wasn't a price or anything kind of like that in terms of oil until there was a market for it, right? And Brad Kimes was saying and making a point that um, until utility is factored into the price of XRP, right, you can't really have the price discovery that you're looking to have, right? It has to be a market demand for it, and utility has not been factored in the price yet. We all know that. And so, somewhat, Matthew Linai had made an excellent comment about the market, not the market for XRP yet, right? And so, yep, this morning on Bradcom streaming was Matthew Linai that stated that oil had no value. There was a market for it. Same will happen with that. And so, and then someone else commented later and said, imagine owning oil field or there before oil was discovered. So imagine on before oil is discovered, and that's really really resonates with me because I believe that's where we are. That's why I titled this the way that I titled it. I believe that's exactly where we are. We own not we own the field. We own the greatest asset that's there, without question. We'll definitely have to catch a lot. Yeah, you definitely want to check out Brad Times. It was a very interesting conversation. And, they were kind of going in on Galvatron because I just realized early on with Galvatron, that that's not going to be a dude that I'm take some time out to check out, right? But because I'm a big proponent of the Shane Ellis theory because that makes sense. I'm a big proponent of everyone's entitled to their opinion and their take on stuff. It's just no need to be called people names and almost kind of like chastising the yeah I don't so I don't. Did you get a chance to? Nope. Yeah, I did not. For goodness cakes, did you get a chance to read the Garden about? If so, what were you? I did not read it, and I'm not going to read it. I just I don't know. Especially if you're talking about the one where someone has already kind of confirmed that he kind of admitted or did admit that he was drunk when he did it. So I don't know. But what's your thoughts on the Bionic XRP? So Sahar Sound, what is that? Is that Galvatron? Is that his latest? Are those the two? Are they one and the same? So I understand that there's a blog from Galvatron and he's calling everyone stupid idiot owners, and is it that one? Is that the same one? That is the Bionic XRP the same one? From yes, they're saying yes. But no, I have not read that. And I heard that I may check out the blog because I heard Vite Vin commented on Twitter, so I may go. I may because of that. Sorry, guys. I may because of that. I'm curious to see since it's on Twitter, like this dude went on blast on Twitter. Maybe David Schwartz might comment or someone else. Yep, Jose Cruz channel. Yep, I heard about the Petro. Thanks for hanging out. I don't think I've seen you on the channel, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Yes, absolutely, Devon Steve. Of course, bro. Of course. Yeah, I don't want to sounds negative on the article. Yeah, again, I may read it only because I want to. Jack 17, what do you think about garbage on the pod? See, I didn't. I just, my past experience with him is that he's, you know, anyone who has a different thinking, who has a different mindset, who has a different outlook that's different than his, is stupid or whatever. You know, he's kind of, and it comes up very malicious, and it comes across as though he's looking down on people. I am not down. That. Devon Steve says the UK doesn't mess around when it comes to ways of tax. Realize we pay a license fee. No, I did not. You're in the UK, Devon Steve? I didn't know you were in the UK, my friend. I will drop my following. First time on the channel. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit the sub on, bro. And ring the bell for notifications, man. Or Butterfly Trader says, don't listen to D&I. Are you talking about the digital nomad investor? And why would you say that? All right, so Devon Steve is in the UK, man. Excellent, bro. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, he's very, very binary. What's your thoughts on? I did not know that 179, Kevin. What's your thoughts on Binance suing the block for fear, uncertainty, doubt? I did not, and I haven't heard about it. So in a few years, says Hope. In a few years, the BRICS nation using the R3 and that's the same game the U.S. did with Saudis. That's what's been in it, right? Whole global empire thing. Yep. Butterfly Trader owns XRP number one says this is Butterfly Trader. I love DNI. To me, it makes sense. And the XRP manifesto. Checked out the XRP manifesto, Butterfly Trader one. To me, that has been like right on point, right on. It's been rolling out like right in front of our eyes, man. Morris Prince C7, what's good, my friend? How are you? Yeah, it sounds like he's frustrated. Yeah, leveling the playing field is New World Order with the BRICS nation leading it. I hear that, man. Hey, the BRICS thing is important because it says in so many ways, look, China, Russia, right? They're like, yeah, that whole thing, that whole power moves you guys are always making, the whole thing with Swift and the whole, this whole thing of really over leveraging the fact that the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency, like, like we're done with that. Like we're done. We're gonna do our own thing, right? And it just, to me, it makes everything fall in line. Is the new financial system being put together without question? Matt LaRoche, how are you? Right? So this new financial system put together without question, and XRP and the company is all over it. right, all over it, because the most important thing with that is the transparency, the immutability, okay, of the fact that it is going to solve the number one crisis, the crisis of all crises, and that is the global economic crisis. Right? You guys have heard me say this once before, if not 1,000 times. I've said it. Global economic has zero patience and waits on is the liquidity, amongst other things. The fact that they're doing, the fact that Ripple is doing everything they possibly can to make XRP become a store of value, that, with Kava Labs, with Securitize, with Dama, with the CDPs, the collateralized depositions with Kava is going to be massive. And it is going to be people like you and I taking advantage of that platform, and it's institutionals. It's going to be Wall Street taking advantage of that. Eventually, what I call real money, who knows, old money might as well. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I didn't read that article, but I heard about false, right? They didn't get rated or finance did. Interesting to think I'm suing. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. I hope that this will send a message to people who feel like they can, these news, quote unquote, news outlets say what they want. That's what the, hopefully, you know, be a message. Financial focus down. I've been saying similar for 30 odd years, but I didn't answer. But I knew something happened. So it's a new financial system. Absolutely, it's coming. And it has to be that way, because the whole thing with Swift is, let's just face it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It works for Swift. It works for the top, but it doesn't work for everyone. It is not a level playing field. You know what I mean? It's not butterfly trader. Yeah, listen to CJ and Michael just said. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, so chain public spending because everything is documented. Yeah, and so listen, we're in a blessed spot, and I really do believe that, and that's why I titled the stream like it's like owning. Imagine owning the oil. Especially when you go check out that rich stats list. I hope you guys check that out at least once a week. We are, see what you're saying, see where you stand, and perhaps look to change that. You know, that's something that you want to do. I know I look at it. I look at it probably twice a month. The challenge is when I look at it, a lot of times I change my goal. Change my goals. Small bags. What does it call it? Shallow bag. I don't even know. Shallow bags. You know, and right now, 22 cents. I just, you know what I mean? Got to get some more at 22 cents. Just told my better half I'm going to be getting some more. Now, so Mark 958 says, how on earth can something like XRP get cheaper and be affordable to all people if it's loaded to be the new world's currency? It's gonna, and see that's kind of a, it's not going to be world currency in that, my opinion, in that every country is going to use it the same way. The U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency. I don't think it's going to be that. What I think is going to, it's going to be the global world's bridge asset. That's why they're saying global reserve currency. It's going to be the thing that they use to go from the yen to the petro, from renminbi, the dollar, or whatever it is. That XRP is going to be that asset that's going to do that. XRP ledger is going to be huge, and the IOP is going to connect all networks of all networks. Exactly, XRP number one. I think each country will have a CBDC and move over the, and so the ILP, and the fact that Ripple decided to do what they did with the ILP is massive. it allowed for Ripple to say that I'm willing to participate in helping things get better instead of saying, look, I know without question that I have the dominating role with it. You know, the fact that they gifted the IOP W3C was just very, very smart. It was a genius move. Very, very genius. Yeah, the utility is going to come, Butterfly Trader 1. Need high value payments for exactly what we do, and they're coming. Without question, they're coming. Yeah, but here the challenge at Mark 958 is that listen, the vast majority, the masses, don't even know about the digital asset space. You know, what is it, 2% maybe, 3% maybe, even know what Bitcoin is, how it works or anything. Then when you think about the wallet holders for XRP, I think it's 0.2%, something like that, of XRP wallet holders. It's just not a lot of people. Like a lot of people, it's like when you're in the space, you think that there's a lot of people in the space, right? Because you go from one YouTube channel to another YouTube. You're in the crypto Twitter, right? So you think that there's tons of people in this space, when in fact it just is not. It's just not a lot of people in this space, and there's even less, significantly less people in XRP. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I thought was so brilliant. I love the fact that Robert, I think it's Westberg, he's a banker, former banker, that he's part of this community as well on this channel. But someone made a comment, and I think took a picture of it. It was in Brad Kimes' stream, and I thought it was hugely, hugely important because this was a Wall Street guy. Let me see if I can. Yes, I did. So this was from Joseph Brunetti. He was in the Brad Kimes stream, and they were talking about oil and the oil fields, and the fact that we're in a position where we own the oil field before oil was discovered. This is something that this guy said. Listen to this. Joseph Brunetti. He said, "So Brad Kimes, thank you for addressing this. I can tell this dude. I can tell you this fact. Plenty of us on Wall Street have nice bags and stocking up for Christmas 2020." You say that again. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it was from Joseph Brunetti. I can tell you this fact. Plenty of us on Wall Street have nice bags and stocking up for Christmas 2020. Think about it. Think about that. Yeah, it's no Jackie 33. It's just no telling where this price is going to be. I just believe that the powers that be know that it needs to be high, and I just think that we're blessed as XRP hodlers to have it because we weren't supposed to have it, and they need the price to be high because it's a liquidity provider. It's a liquidity solution, and it's a global economic crisis that has zero patience and waits on no one. They know that crisis is looming. They know. They know. And if they're in a position where they can, you know, I don't know the prices that they're buying this XRP. I don't know if they bought it at a cent, at 5 cents, at 20 cents. I don't know. But I just have a sneaking suspicion there's a reason why Ripple is working with 50 governments. And it's not so that they can put software in a bank. you know? And so, how the IMF is going to come in and how they're going to dish out this XRP, I don't know. But I do know this. It makes sense to me that they would have a conversation and say, you're going to hold this, use it, do the whole exchange thing. The value is going to increase. We're gonna take care of each other's, not take care of each other's debt, but we're gonna settle our debts in this manner. There's step one, step two, step three, or whether it's A and it's B and it's C, and you're gonna now have the greatest digital asset ever created. The debts will be the balance sheets of the debts will be able to be adjusted. I no longer owe you. You no longer owe me. I only owe you 10% of what I used to own. Something along those lines. And XRP will be right in the middle of it because the powers that be understand its utility. They understand its, and the foundation was, oh, I got a way for you to free up all that nostro vostro money that you got tied up. Yeah, I got this thing here that does it. Once that got out, then they began to listen. And the banks, the central analysts, and if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. MoneyGrams, the central banks got the word earlier, right? Wall Street didn't get the word as early as the central banks got the word. Wall Street began hearing some different things, but they weren't convinced, and still perhaps aren't completely convinced about XRP, right? So MoneyGram, right? And I believe, like I was a fly on the wall, that Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao said to Brad and the people at Ripple, look, this is a move that you can make with MoneyGram. Give them some money. They're struggling financially. They're in pretty good debt, but it is a viable business. They're number two. You could make this move with them. And David Schwartz was like, oh, yeah, and if we ever do, they're fully regulated. Because remember, Mr. Kitao is the one when it comes to making moves and acquiring companies and making these acquisitions, right? Who does it better than that dude? This dude's got decades of experience of doing that. So I'm convinced, it's just speculation on my part, I'm convinced that he said, Brad, I actually did a video on it. And I titled the video, Brad Garlinghouse, shh, Mr. Kitao is speaking. Right? I 1000% believe that's how that happened. But it's just speculation on my part. But back to my point, MoneyGram's use of XRP, the ODL using XRP, is in fact old monies, real money, and Wall Street money's proof of concept. Because they can look at these quarter two reports and these quarter three reports and these earnings and the revenue streams, and that makes sense. That's a language that they understand. They understand that language. So here's this business model that's regulated, that's using this digital assets to make profits, to make money. They understand it. So MoneyGram, in a lot of ways, lucked up. But again, it was probably because of Western Union's being so stubborn. They slipped up. I'll never forget that dude's face on stage saying, yeah, we could make a deal. We could make a deal. The CEO of Western Union, like, yeah, after the whole MoneyGram thing, like now he's saying we can make a deal because he missed it. It was too arrogant, right? But I believe that 1,000%. And when you think about that, that right there is not going away. MoneyGram and his use of XRP is not going away. In fact, it's growing. They're going into more corridors, and Wall Street is paying attention. And then you got this guy saying what he said, because the word is out. The word is out. I can tell you this fact. Plenty of us on Wall Street have nice bags and stocking up for Christmas 2020. I don't even know. I mean, if you don't get that, right? I remember telling my better half about 2 weeks ago. I said to her, lately I've just been hearing more and more stories of people taking six figures. I'm not telling you guys to do this. Please don't do that because I just said it because I'm mentioning this. But I've been hearing a lot of people, more and more stories. Let's put it to you this way: more and more stories of their friend or friend of a friend or a close person on Wall Street telling them that they're taking six figures in purchasing XRP. The digital asset investor just said something very, very similar to that not even a week ago. One of his neighbors, a pretty well-off neighbor already, making a significant purchase of XRP. And if you go on the rich list, stats list, and you see that, I always like to go to percentages part, like to see if you own this part, if you own these many XRP, you're in that percentage group. If you own this many in that percentage group, and you take the 20%, the 15%, the 10%, the 5%, the 1%, they're all up and to the right. The people getting XRP is all up and to the right. And then just think about this. Think about this comment from Matt LaRoche. Matt LaRoche says 0.00004% of the world has 20,000 XRP or more, based on 2 wallets each, approximately. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Think about that. That is massive. All right, let me check out some more of the comments here before I get off, guys. Let's see what's up. You guys I appreciate you guys contributing to the channel. That is awesome. Let me see if I can check some of these out. Post YouTube. Yep. XRP number one, Matt LaRoche. I think most people have 2 or 3 wallets. I have 3. Yeah, the wallet thing is kind of tricky. I mean, I have I don't know, 3, 4. You get a Opal one, you got a Coinbase one, you got a Binance thing, or Binance USA. But still, that's significant. 20,000 or more. It's not even. I mean, goodness gracious. 0.00004. 0.00004. Wow. Butterfly Trader 2020 will be the year of truth. Absolutely. It really will be. Christmas of 2020, I just believe, is going to be amazing. That's going to be, right? This is what I say. All great things and all great people go through 3 phases. They will be ridiculed. Number 2, it will be opposed. In fact, violently opposed. And then number 3, it will become self-evident. It becomes self-evident. All great things and great people go through those 3 phases. Number 1, ridicule. Number 2, violently opposed. Number 3, will become self-evident. And I think in December of 2020 that will be the day. That will be the day. That will be the time. And it will become very, very self-evident that XRP is the one, it's the chosen one. So the challenge is, what can we do until then? And, if I was talking to my family, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but that's not good. So I would maintain that if you're able to accumulate and hodl, that's probably a good game plan. I think the Shane Ellis theory effect will take place before 2020. I hope so, out of the way, Jay, because I'm a big proponent. I'm a big fan of that one. Yeah, absolutely. Now, for some reason, I hope I'm not missing a super chat. I just got a notification or something. Maybe someone subscribed to the channel. Hold on, guys. Let me see something. Yeah, I can't tell. I tried this little tip jar thing to add it to the thing because I thought it was kind of cool, but I don't know if that takes away the super chat thing. I don't want to miss something if someone did do a super chat. What specifically is going to happen to make XRP go high by 2020? Well, it could be a number of different things. We've heard it said over and over again about the people from the DTCC actually said something about a flipping of the switch, right? And I've heard some other people say that as well. It could be that the banks doing something more than likely, but for 2020 more than likely it's SBI. But any little thing, it could be Trump or Mnuchin mentioning XRP. Anything like that can make it happen. But more than likely, it's going to be either SBI remit, something that can be used right away with XRP, and MoneyGram. MoneyGram, they get those quarters open. That can happen. 2020, right? December of 2020 is right. It's over a year away. Over a year away, right? Out of the way. This is an interesting point. Imagine leasing your XRP to JP Morgan and getting residual from interest in JP coins to use across ledgers like a marketplace. I'm a big fan of Kava Labs. Have you heard of Kava Labs? Out of the way, Jay. I'm a big fan of what they're going to be doing with collateralized deposition CDPs, and I would trust them before I would trust anything else. Yep. Michael Zischek, yeah, he does. He has a good way of explaining stuff. Butterfly Trader. Michael Zischek explains what price we could see next year. Yeah, I need to go watch more of his some more of his videos. I started watching him a ways back. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for smashing the like buttons. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. So you can get notifications when we come out with a video. Jose Cruz channel says ODL market cap pricing will put us on the top by liquidity. That's a great point, Jose. Great point. The CMC, I don't even mention the name of that site because they've never been fans of XRP, in my humble opinion. They are adjusting their metrics, right? They call it liquidity metrics adjustment. They are. But I'll tell you something. How many of you guys have checked out this site? Then I'm going to wrap this video up. How many of you guys have checked out coinfairvalue.com? This price has gone up. Go check this out. I can't go over too much, but definitely go check out coinfairvalue.com. As current prices, what they call fair value, and it accounts for usage as the major metric. Usage as the major metric for price. Look at the Bitcoin price. It's currently at 7,011. Wow. And let me refresh this. And the fair value they're saying for BTC is 6,067. Yeah, so 7,060, fair value 6,027. Ripple's current price says 23 cents, and the fair value is 86 cents. Guys, go check out coinfairvalue.com. Go check that out, guys. Definitely go check that out, guys. Listen, I'm going to wrap this video up by saying what I always say. Listen to this, guys. Never ever forget that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sideline? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. The victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.